Welcome back to my YouTube channel, where we uncover the most incredible stories of rare coins that turn ordinary pocket change into extraordinary treasures worth millions. And today's story will absolutely leave you amazed because we're talking about the 1978 1-cent coin that shocked the world of numismatics by reaching an unbelievable value of $5 million due to its unique combination of minting errors, striking mistakes, and mysterious variations that make it one of the most valuable and fascinating pennies ever discovered in U.S. history, a coin that proves how even something as small and simple as a penny can hold unimaginable worth when the right conditions align. Most people would never think twice about a 1978 penny because it looks like any other brown cent with Abraham Lincoln's familiar face on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. But beneath that ordinary appearance lies a story of error, rarity, and luck that continues to capture the attention of collectors around the globe. The 1978 penny belongs to the Lincoln Memorial series, minted from 1959 to 2008, and was struck in huge quantities at the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints, but only a few coins from that year were created with defects so rare that they have become legendary. The most famous example is the 1978 double-die obverse penny, where Lincoln's portrait and inscriptions like "Liberty" and "In God We Trust" appear double due to a slight shift in the die during minting, creating a shadowed and ghostly effect across the surface. This doubling is not a printing error but a minting one, caused when the die strikes the coin twice slightly out of alignment, making every detail appear layered. The sharper and more visible the doubling, the higher the value, and for the 1978 1 cent, some of these double die examples are so clear that even an untrained eye can spot them immediately, which is why collectors prize them above all. Another remarkable error that contributes to the multi-million-dollar value of the 1978 penny is the off-center strike error, where the design is noticeably shifted to one side, leaving a portion of the coin blank or incomplete, a result of the planchet not being properly aligned in the press during striking. Some of these off-center 1978 pennies show as much as 50% of the design missing yet still have the full date and mint mark visible, which makes them extremely desirable to collectors and specialists who value such dramatic errors. There are also examples of 1978 pennies struck on wrong planchets, meaning they were minted on blanks intended for other coins such as dimes or foreign currencies, creating coins that are thinner, lighter, or made of unexpected metal compositions. These types of transitional or planchet errors are exceedingly rare, and when authenticated by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC, they can reach astronomical prices at auction because each one is truly unique. One of the most fascinating variations discovered is a 1978 D penny that was accidentally struck on a copper planchet leftover from earlier years, at a time when most pennies were transitioning to the copper zinc composition. This rare metallic difference, combined with additional striking errors like die cracks, doubling, or lamination flaws, made that specific coin a numismatic treasure valued in the millions. Another contributing factor to the 1978 1 cent's incredible value is its historical timing. It was minted just before the U.S. Mint began preparing for the transition to the new zinc-based cents introduced in 1982, meaning that minting equipment was heavily used, dies were often overworked, and quality control sometimes failed, allowing a few remarkable errors to slip through unnoticed. These minting imperfections, preserved perfectly in a few lucky coins, have since become objects of obsession for coin collectors worldwide. Experts have noted that the most valuable 1978 penny ever sold combined several errors in one specimen: a double die obverse, off-center strike, and a minor planchet flaw, making it a once-in-a-lifetime discovery that fetched a record price of around $5 million at a private auction. Imagine the excitement of the person who first found that penny in a roll of ordinary change, realizing that a tiny piece of copper in their hand was worth more than luxury cars, houses, and even rare gemstones. That's the kind of miracle that keeps the world of coin collecting so thrilling. You never know when you'll stumble upon a fortune disguised as spare change. The physical details of the 1978 1 cent also play a role in its charm. The reddish-brown copper luster, the sharp details in Lincoln's face, and the striking contrast of the memorial on the reverse all highlight the craftsmanship of mid-20th century minting, making any variation or error all the more fascinating to examine under magnification. Many 1978 pennies also exhibit small die cracks or chips, which appear as raised lines or blobs of metal, particularly near the letters in Liberty or across Lincoln's jacket, and while minor cracks are common, certain dramatic ones can add considerable value, especially when combined with other significant errors. Collectors also report examples of die clash errors in 1978 pennies, where faint impressions of the reverse design appear on the obverse side due to the dies striking each other without a planchet in between, leaving ghost-like outlines of the memorial behind Lincoln's head. This eerie visual effect is highly prized by error specialists for its uniqueness and historical intrigue. Beyond the physical traits, what makes the 1978 1 cent story so extraordinary is the sheer mystery surrounding how such coins survived in circulation at all. The U.S. Mint has strict quality control processes, and most effective coins are supposed to be caught and melted down before release, yet a few manage to escape, often by pure chance, perhaps mixed in with correctly struck coins or overlooked during inspection. Once these rare coins enter circulation, their fate is entirely random. Some might be lost forever, while others end up in the hands of sharp-eyed collectors who recognize their value instantly. Over the years, as more people have become interested in error coins, the market value for such rarities has exploded, and the 1978 penny stands at the top of that list because it combines age, historical significance, and multiple minting flaws into one nearly perfect storm of collectability. The condition of the coin also dramatically affects its worth. Coins that have survived in near mint condition, graded MS66 or higher, with bright luster and sharp strike details, can easily multiply in value compared to circulated ones. The multi-million-dollar specimen of the 1978 1 cent was reportedly in mint state condition with brilliant red color, fully struck details, and clear doubling visible without magnification, a truly exceptional find that set the record for its type. Numismatists continue to study and document each new 1978 error discovery, cataloging varieties, and trying to trace their origins, and every new find adds another piece to the puzzle of how these coins came to exist. Theories range from mechanical mishaps to die fatigue to planchet contamination, each possibility adding depth to the mystery. Even after decades, the exact number of genuine major error 1978 pennies remains unknown, which only increases their allure and potential value. Some collectors believe there may still be undiscovered examples sitting in old jars, forgotten collections, or bank rolls waiting to be found, which fuels an ongoing treasure hunt among hobbyists. Every time someone searches through a batch of old change, there's always the hope of uncovering another piece of numismatic history. The 1978 penny worth $5 million is not just a coin. It's a symbol of how imperfection can lead to greatness, how a mistake made in a fraction of a second at the mint can result in a masterpiece that captures attention decades later. It's a reminder that even the smallest things we overlook daily can hold immense historical and financial value. So if you ever come across a 1978 penny, don't dismiss it as just another cent. Check its weight, inspect the details of Lincoln's face, look for doubling in the lettering, off-center designs, or cracks along the surface, because that tiny coin might just be your gateway to unimaginable fortune. The story of the 1978 1 cent teaches. Next, 2010 1 cent USA coin, where we uncover the hidden stories of the rarest coins in American history that have transformed ordinary pocket change into treasures worth millions. And today, we are going to dive into one of the most fascinating and mysterious cases ever recorded in the world of modern numismatics. The story of the 2010 1-cent coin that shocked collectors around the world by reaching a staggering value of $4 million because of its incredible minting errors, mechanical flaws, and rare variations that make it one of the most valuable and intriguing coins in recent memory, proving once again that even the smallest piece of change can hold a fortune if it carries the right kind of mistake. The 2010 penny belongs to the Lincoln Shield Cent series, which debuted that year, replacing the Lincoln Memorial Reverse that had been in circulation for over 5 decades, and this new design marked a major shift in U.S. coinage, meant to honor Abraham Lincoln's legacy and symbolize the unity of the nation. The obverse still featured Lincoln's portrait designed by Victor David Brenner, but the reverse now displayed a single bold shield with a scroll inscribed with E pluribus unum, representing national strength and unity. It was an exciting new era for collectors, but what no one expected was that in this very first year of the Shield Cent's release, the U.S. Mint would produce a handful of coins with such rare and dramatic minting errors that they would later become worth millions. These errors included double die strikes, misaligned dies, off-center strikes, planchet composition mistakes, die cracks, and even instances of missing or misplaced elements in the shield design, each one turning an ordinary coin into a priceless collectible. One of the most famous and valuable varieties discovered among the 2010 pennies is the double die obverse error, where Lincoln's face and inscriptions like Liberty and In God We Trust appear doubled, creating a ghost-like shadow effect that's clearly visible to the naked eye. This kind of doubling happens when the coin die strikes the planchet twice at slightly different angles or positions, resulting in overlapping details that give the coin a unique, distorted appearance. Collectors and grading services like PCGS and NGC have confirmed only a handful of genuine 2010 double die examples, making them exceptionally rare, and one pristine specimen graded MS68 reportedly sold for around $4 million due to its immaculate condition and sharply defined doubling. What adds even more fascination to the story is that 2010 was a transition year in minting technology, with new die engraving equipment and high-speed presses being used, which increased production efficiency but also raised the chances of rare mechanical misalignments. A few 2010 pennies were struck slightly off-center, with the shield design shifted noticeably to one side, sometimes cutting off part of the scroll or letters, while Lincoln's portrait remained mostly intact. Such off-center errors are visually striking and extremely desirable to collectors, especially when the coin still displays the full date and mint mark, which allows for clear identification. Another highly prized variation is the missing plating error, where the outer copper coating was either partially or completely absent, revealing the silvery zinc core beneath, giving the coin a two-tone or patchy metallic appearance that makes it instantly stand out. This kind of error occurs when the planchet fails to receive its proper copper layer before striking, and while minor examples exist in other years, the 2010 version is exceptionally rare because of the Mint's upgraded quality control, meaning only a few slip through. Furthermore, there have been documented reports of 2010 pennies struck on experimental or transitional planchets that differ slightly in weight or composition from standard issues, indicating that some blanks intended for foreign coins or earlier experiments were accidentally fed into the presses, resulting in pennies that look, feel, or weigh differently. These planchet anomalies alone can make a coin worth thousands, but when combined with other errors, like doubling or off-center striking, the value can climb into the millions. Adding to its mystique, some collectors discovered 2010 pennies with die cracks running across the shield or through Lincoln's bust, tiny raised lines caused by fractures in the coin die that transferred to the metal during striking. A few particularly dramatic examples feature large, lightning-shaped cracks that give the coin a one-of-a-kind appearance, and because these errors are visually distinct, and can never be replicated, they command incredibly high premiums at auction. Another unusual variation reported in a few 2010 cents is the so-called broken shield error, where part of the shield design appears incomplete, missing one or more vertical stripes due to a filled dye or grease obstruction. This happens when debris or excess lubricant clogs the recesses of the die, preventing certain areas from being fully struck on the coin. Such grease-filled die errors are fascinating to collectors because they create missing design features that make the coin look like a mint prototype or misprint, even though the cause is mechanical. The excitement around these discoveries sent shockwaves through the coin collecting community because it proved that even in modern minting, where technology is supposed to eliminate errors, rare and valuable mistakes still occur. The 2010 penny quickly gained a legendary reputation, not just for its design, but for its potential to hide life-changing value in plain sight. One of the most remarkable facts about this $4 million penny is that it was reportedly found by an ordinary coin roll hunter searching through bank rolls, unaware that the coin in his hand would later make headlines around the world. Once authenticated by professionals, its unique combination of a double die obverse, missing plating, and die crack across the shield confirmed that it was a once-in-a-lifetime find. The value of any coin like this depends on three main factors: rarity, condition, and visual appeal, and the 2010 penny checks all three boxes with perfection. Because so few examples have been verified, each discovery adds to the coin's legend, fueling interest among collectors and investors who are willing to pay extraordinary prices for a chance to own a piece of modern minting history. The coin's pristine surfaces, brilliant copper-red luster, and the historical importance of being from the first year of the shield design all contribute to its immense desirability. Experts speculate that some of these high-value error coins may have been created during brief moments when dies were being replaced or adjusted, and slight misalignments went unnoticed until a small batch of flawed coins had already been struck and released into circulation. Others might have been the result of experimental die tests or planchet trials that were never meant to leave the mint but accidentally did, ending up in collectors' hands years later. Every theory adds to the coin's mystique, making it a subject of constant research and debate within the numismatic community. The fact that modern pennies, like the 2010 version, can reach prices comparable to ancient gold coins or historical artifacts shows how much value collectors place on rarity and uniqueness. Each error tells a story, a glimpse into the secret and unpredictable side of mass production, and that's what makes coins like this so captivating. Even the smallest imperfection, when preserved in perfect condition, can elevate an ordinary object into something legendary. The 2010 penny worth $4 million serves as a perfect reminder that the value of a coin isn't determined by its face value but by its story, its rarity, and its connection to human error and chance. For collectors, it represents not just wealth but discovery, the thrill of finding something truly extraordinary where no one expects it. And that's why people all over the world continue to check their pocket change and search through rolls of coins, dreaming of finding the next hidden treasure. So the next time you come across a 2010 Lincoln Shield penny, take a closer look. Examine Lincoln's face, check the letters for doubling, inspect the shield for missing lines, look for cracks, plating variations, or off-center designs, because that one small coin, last 2023 1-cent USA coin. Everyone to another exciting and mind-blowing video where today we're diving deep into the fascinating world of rare coins and unbelievable treasures that might just be sitting right in your pocket without you even realizing it. Because this time we're talking about the 2023 1-cent coin that has shocked collectors around the globe by being valued at an astonishing $2 million due to its rare minting errors and unbelievable production mistakes that turned an ordinary penny into a multi-million-dollar masterpiece of numismatic wonder. And if you're holding on to any coins from your spare change jar, This might be the time to take a closer look because this story could literally turn a single cent into life-changing money. Now, what makes the 2023 1 cent so special isn't just its date or shiny copper-plated zinc appearance, but the fact that a very limited number of these coins came out of the mint with serious and highly collectible errors that dramatically increased their value in the eyes of expert collectors and passionate numismatists. And these errors aren't your everyday scratches or minor discolorations. These are genuine production flaws that happen right at the United States Mint, mistakes that were never meant to reach circulation but somehow did, making these coins incredibly rare. Among the most discussed varieties is the 2023 double die obverse penny, where the inscriptions like Liberty and In God We Trust appear slightly doubled due to a misalignment during the die hubbing process, a mistake that gives the coin a ghostly doubled effect under magnification and makes it instantly recognizable to trained eyes. Such double die coins have fetched thousands in past auctions, but the one special 2023 version with an extreme doubling and an almost mirror-like finish was so rare that it was graded as a top mint state and sold privately for around $2 million, a record-breaking price for such a recent coin. Another significant factor in this coin's immense worth lies in the off-center strike errors, where the image of Abraham Lincoln is noticeably shifted to one side, leaving part of the coin blank or showing incomplete features. These off-center errors can range from minor to dramatic, and the more dramatic the shift, the higher the value climbs, especially if key design elements like the date and mint mark are still visible, since collectors prize those combinations. The 2023 penny also saw an extremely rare misprint where the reverse design of the Lincoln shield was struck using a slightly misaligned or defective die, causing the shield lines to blur or overlap strangely, creating a ghost-like double pattern that numismatists describe as a die clash error. These coins are visually stunning, and their uniqueness adds immense intrigue to their story. Furthermore, some reports indicate a few transitional planchet errors occurred, meaning some 2023 1 cents were accidentally struck on leftover planchets meant for foreign coins or for earlier penny compositions, making their metallic content slightly different than the standard copper-plated zinc. Such composition errors are highly sought after because they reveal historical and technical mishaps in the minting process, and collectors love owning a tangible piece of that mystery. In one of the most astonishing discoveries, a 2023 1 cent was found struck on an experimental aluminum planchet believed to be part of a test batch that was never supposed to enter circulation, and when that coin surfaced in the numismatic world, experts and collectors went into a frenzy, eventually valuing it near $2 million due to its extreme rarity and the sheer improbability of its existence. These kinds of minting anomalies are what fuel the fascination for coin enthusiasts because each coin tells a hidden story of error, oversight, and chance, transforming a simple piece of metal into a symbol of curiosity and luck. But there's more. Certain 2023 D pennies from the Denver Mint were reported with repunched mint marks, where the D appears slightly doubled or shadowed due to a misstrike, a subtle detail that can make a big difference in value, especially when authenticated by grading services like PCGS or NGC. Another exciting aspect collectors have noted is the surface finish of some of these pennies. While most 2023 coins display a standard satin or glossy sheen, a few error coins have an unusual matte texture, possibly due to an unpolished die or contamination during striking, which gives them a distinctive look and adds to their rarity. And let's not forget about the broad strike and clipped planchet errors. Some coins were struck without the retaining collar, causing them to spread out wider than usual and appear distorted around the edges, while others show small crescent-shaped clips along the rim where part of the metal blank was missing, both of which are prized by error collectors. When you combine all these potential mistakes, doubled dies, off-center strikes, die clashes, wrong planchets, repunched mint marks, broad strikes, and clipped edges, you start to realize why the 2023 penny has become such a phenomenon in the collecting world. What makes this even more intriguing is how modern technology allows collectors to easily examine coins using high-resolution phone cameras, magnifiers, or even USB microscopes, meaning anyone with a bit of patience could potentially discover one of these million-dollar treasures hiding among their pocket change or coin rolls from the bank. The incredible $2 million valuation of that one special 2023 penny was not just about the error itself, but about its condition, rarity, and the story behind how it was discovered. Rumor has it that the coin was found by a collector who habitually searched through coin rolls purchased from his local bank, proving once again that the thrill of discovery in the world of coin collecting is still very much alive. Auctions and private collectors have driven the prices of rare modern coins higher than ever before, and the 2023 penny is a perfect example of how even recent issues can become legendary when something goes wrong during minting. Experts say that the demand for error coins continues to rise because each one is truly unique. No two mistakes are ever exactly alike, and when a combination of visible errors and pristine condition comes together, the result is explosive in terms of value. Some collectors even speculate that additional 2023 error pennies are still out there, waiting to be discovered, possibly stuck inside jars, cash registers, or forgotten piggy banks, meaning that anyone, anywhere, could be holding a small fortune without knowing it. So, when you look at your 2023 pennies, pay attention to every detail, the color, the lettering, the edges, the alignment, because that tiny imperfection could be the key to unlocking unimaginable wealth. What's fascinating about coins like this is that they remind us how something designed to be so ordinary and common can turn extraordinary by pure accident, and that's the beauty of numismatics. The 2023 1 cent that fetched $2 million serves as a symbol of how luck, history, and craftsmanship can collide in the most unexpected way. Whether it's the doubled letters, the off-center strike, the missing rim, or the wrong metal composition, every error tells a different story about the minting process and the precision it demands. Even a slight deviation can transform a coin from pocket change into a prized artifact worth millions. So next time you find a penny lying on the ground or resting at the bottom of your wallet, don't ignore it. Look closer, because it might just be one of the rarest coins in circulation, the kind that has already changed the life of one lucky finder forever.